It has come to our attention that Mirage is accelerating plans to establish a main assault force made up entirely of AI-controlled units. Kisaragi has been assisting them in this effort. Kisaragi's involvement does not come as much of a surprise. The company has been struggling to stay on its feet, and this arrangement is most likely a windfall for them. We're sending you into Kisaragi's underground armory to delay manufacturing efforts and destroy the AI prototypes stored there. Heavy resistance is anticipated, so we've arranged to have a resupply vehicle accompany you. Inflict as much damage on the facility as possible.
Hey everybody, it's this mission. It's Alchemist, it's Armored Core Silent Line, and this is the mission where you get the solid Exceed Orbit Core. It's also very difficult. Not the mission itself, but getting the core.
System. Engaging combat mode.
So, you got this little guy here.
How's it going, Raven? The supply vehicle can recharge your AC twice.
Don't use it. That is there to mislead you. You're going to see me do a lot of this on this mission. One of the advantages of the halberd or any blade will be the ability to stab things through a wall. This is a very long mission. You are fighting a lot of enemies, so it is important to conserve ammo and AP as best as possible. So you're going to see me do a lot of stabbing walls here, trying to get at things, and sort of fudge the collision detection. Also, rockets. Rockets. Always important. Always important for an AC to have rockets for any situation that may arise. Here's more of me stabbing a wall. So, I'll go more into why this is a difficult mission, or why getting the part is so difficult in a bit. But after I deal with these guys, there is something to be found. I hate these drones. They're so annoying. It's like bugs, like clinging to a net almost. They're just irritating. So, get out of my. There we go. So, proceed past this first little bay here. Go to the middle, and there is a part. It is a right arm solid shield, a shield that will not consume energy, and that is a good thing to have indeed. So, the reason this mission is difficult is because getting the solid Exceed Orbit Core requires something of a trial by fire. At the end of this mission, this very lengthy mission, you're going to fight an AC. You're actually going to fight a bunch of ACs. You only need to defeat one in order to complete the mission. However, well, what's going to happen is you're going to walk into a room, you're going to get jumped by an AC, and you're going to have to defeat that one. And then every other one after that is optional. You basically just hold out until a door gets unlocked, go through the door, destroy the tchotchke that you've been sent to destroy, and the mission's over. However, earning the part I am looking for, that solid Exceed Orbit Core, requires destroying 3 of these ACs, and these ACs are not pushovers. They do a lot of damage. They're armed with pulse rifles, they're armed with rockets, they're armed with missiles. At least I think they're armed with missiles. And they have the light Exceed Orbit Core for Mirage, which is basically an energy machine gun that will chew up your AP. So these guys are not pushovers, and you have to fight and defeat 3 of them with enough AP to survive the 4th long enough to get to the door and finish the mission. This mission took a lot of tries, as evidenced by the fact that I am recording the commentary after I have done it. Like I did for Op Intensify. That should tell you something about how difficult it is to fight these 3 guys. I am currently in Magic Bullet, which is the AC that basically I have completed this mission with a bunch of times. I actually completed this mission before I realized this was the mission where you had to get the solid EO core, the axe, as it's called. And I'm going to say it later on, but I think that's a good name for it. I am loving this missile launcher. You're seeing me get, you're going to see me get a lot of mileage out of this missile launcher. And you're probably going to notice that Magic Bullet is suddenly rocking missile extensions. That is because these missile extensions launch 4 missiles per lock. I have a missile launcher that launches 3 missiles per lock on my back. So yeah, that's going to be 7 missiles at once on one target. And the fact that I'm going in that heavy on this mission, with like trying to focus missile damage that hard, should tell you something about how difficult it is to take down these guys. Now, I'm sure there's lots of builds that could make this child's play, but this ain't one of them. This is a more generalist build. I tend to favor those. I tend to favor generalist builds that are very useful over longer duration battles. For the very reasons of this mission. This mission is almost a perfect indicator of why I build things the way I build things. It's an incredibly lengthy mission. So we're going to fight our way past a bunch of these guys, and I don't know if I just boost past a few or if I kill all these guys. I think I have to destroy all of them. Because you do need that supply truck, and I mentioned earlier that you shouldn't use it. That's because that supply truck is a bit misleading. You see, what it does is it just it gives you half, essentially. You can only use it twice, and each time you use it, it will give you half of your supplies back. That includes AP and ammo. So, that means that you basically have to use it twice to be back to 100%. You should realize the moment he says you can only use him twice that something is up. Actually, you should realize the moment they mention a resupply vehicle that something is up. I'm getting some frame chug here. Hopefully that's not going to be too bad. I really don't want to have to convert this again. So the MG800 being put to work here. The MG800 will also be put to work against, if I'm not mistaken, the third of the targets I have to take down. It's either the second or third. I think the tri-missile launcher will come into use against the second target as well. It is I found it's a very reliable weapon against ACs. Against anything, really. It's kind of overkill against MTs, but then again, you know, there's no such thing. Magic Bullet really coming into its own in this game. It got really rough for Magic Bullet in the previous game. Nowhere near as rough as it got trying to get blues to work. God, trying to rebuild that design was such a mistake. So I think not this drop, but the drop we went through previously is where the resupply truck will stop once you've gotten to this point. You will have to backtrack a ways through the level in order to get back to it, but I heavily recommend that you wait as long as possible. And I had a pretty good blading opportunity there, but I didn't take it because I am a fool. And my instincts for blading are not as great as they used to be. Trying to psych myself up, you'll see me do a bit more of that later. This is far from my first attempt at doing this. Botch. And I got like 2.5 enemies left. There's just like the one MT left, and I know where he is, but let's go back. Let's go back to that car. So yeah, now you're going to see how far you got to backtrack to use that supply vehicle at this point. And I do recommend you wait till at least this point in order to use it. Like, if you're in a bad situation, of course, go in to use it, but you're putting yourself in a real rough spot if you're trying to get that core. Or any of the other unlockable parts. I think there's a bunch of unlockable parts that you get by defeating these ACs. Like, the game literally just makes it rain AC parts at the end of this mission. after I finally pull this off. You probably get another part for defeating the fourth one, but that's the point at which I go, fuck that, because I have so little AP left. And as a wonderful indicator of how overpowered Op Intensify is, once again, I have been boosting this entire time, and I am not running out. I totally should have run out of energy, but I didn't.
Checking status.
Say, I noticed the machine gun ammo. Yeah. I probably didn't need to do that, but I figured, what the hell, I'll top it off. It's not like I'm going to be coming back to use the truck. This missile launcher, though, it's great. I'm definitely gonna work this into a design in Nexus, if it's there. If it's not, it's just gonna be micro missile launchers. Because like missiles are really hard to work with, like a missile launcher that returns on the investment. Because they take time to lock and they don't do that much damage per hit. It's mostly just the heat they cause. And like if you can launch just having extensions so you can launch a lot of them, or like having like a fast lock so you can lock and launch a lot of them. But being able to launch to like lob 3 of them at something, that's a pretty sweet deal. Being able to lob 3 of them at something and hit consistently, that's pretty sweet. This missile launcher is real good. The heavy weight is well worth it. So I'm definitely... Yes. No, I hit that. I'm definitely going to work on I'm definitely going to work on... See me starting to do a little dance. I'm going to work this into a design in Nexus. I'm going to try my best. Because it's a damn good missile launcher, and I do hope it's in Nexus. Because that will be awesome if it is. So yeah, you know you're heading for the home stretch when you run into a hallway like this. Once you run into that downward sloping hallway, that's the time you need to turn around and use the resupply vehicle. Pagawa Sampa. Let's do this. I just had like the Ginyu Force theme. I just had like Toku Sentai just like playing on loop in my brain as I was doing this. Just like imagining like an Armored Core going through like the Ginyu Force poses. Like how ridiculous that would look. Ridiculous and awesome, but like if I could make my core do that, I would. But here we go. So this first AC is going to get it bad because I'm going to launch like 7 missiles at once at him. I got to wait for an opening to do it, but die. Overwhelming firepower. This is not a mission for you to go light. He's already dead. So that's 1 AC down. And I'm going, yeah, I can do this. Please don't let me fuck this up. Is literally running through my brain as I'm playing. So I'm out of extension, so I switch to the MG800 and let that go to work on this guy. Then I switch back to the missile launcher because it's more reliable and it will overheat him faster. I don't want to waste the MG800 like all at once because I will have to fight a third one of these guys. So I'm trying to conserve that as much as possible. So I can just chainsaw through the third guy with the MG800, and here he comes.
Raven, I released the lock.
Okay. At that point, you can just go through the door and complete the mission. I did that the first time, then I found out this was the mission where you got the core. So I'm not doing that now. So yeah, the MG800 is a busted weapon, banned in tournaments for how broken it is, and I'm going to let it chainsaw through this guy now. It will still take a lot of ammo to put one of these guys down, but It's what I got, and that energy machine gun will rip you to shreds if you let it, so do not get hit by it. Try as best as you can. That pulse rifle they are equipped with as well is no joke. No joke at all, and there it is. So I'm going to just get in front of this door, because I have under 1,000 AP left, and this guy can finish me off pretty fucking quick if I let him. So I'm just going to get through this door, and just go now.
Up ahead.
And I hope you have some ammo left to blow this thing up. It takes a bit.
Prototype destroyed.
Mission objective achieved. System switch to normal mode.
I'm holding my breath at this point because I was like, alright, I didn't get any indication that I succeeded at all. The game didn't give me any sort of feedback as to whether or not it was impressed with my performance. The Crest guys were impressed with my performance, so let's see. And all of a sudden, I have new mail. I have a back part. I have that core. And now I'm dancing. We'll see me play around with that core in the next video. See you then.